My phone is still charging on the nightstand, emitting a strange buzzing noise. When I wake up, it's 2 a.m. The room is dark. My head feels hazy, and my eyes are still adjusting as I blink at the glow of the screen. The message isn't from work, nor from my wife or a friend. For a brief moment, panic sets in. Maybe she's locked out. Maybe I need to go get her. But after reading the message, I simply gather my things and leave. I've already used up all your funds and credit. I'm starting a new life with my 21-year-old soulmate. Bye-bye. I read it twice. Not because I don't understand, but because it's so absurd that my brain needs an extra second to process it. I don't sit up, don't hurl my phone, don't scream into the night like some devastated husband. Instead, I stare blankly at the television, replaying every small moment from the past year that led to this. I should be furious. I should be heartbroken. But strangely, I'm not, because deep down I already knew. Not the exact manner in which she'd do it, this blatant, this callous, this laughably audacious. But I knew. I knew the moment Lauren started coming home late, rushing to the shower the second she walked through the door. I knew when her phone held her attention more than I did, when she stopped laughing at my jokes, when she locked her screen the moment I entered the room. I knew when she came home wearing cologne that wasn't mine. I knew when she stopped seeing me as her partner and started treating me like an obstacle. She thought she had me fooled, and that's what makes this so amusing. I exhaled deeply, letting the phone drop onto my chest. You know that moment in chess when your opponent smugly moves a piece, believing they've won, only to realize too late that you saw their move coming 3 turns ago? That's exactly how I feel. Lauren thinks she just executed the perfect betrayal, that she's left me shattered and humiliated. But what she doesn't realize is that I've been ahead of her this entire time. I don't tell her that, though. That would be too easy. Instead, I type 2 simple words. The best. Then I roll over and go back to sleep, because tomorrow is when her real nightmare begins. See, betrayal isn't a single moment. People like to pretend their partners change overnight, but that's just a comforting lie. The truth is, the signs were always there. They just ignored them. Lauren started pulling away months ago, maybe even a year. So I made a plan while she was sneaking around, thinking she was outsmarting me. I was already setting my pieces in motion. The first thing I did, I moved all my real money. Lauren thought she was clever, siphoning small amounts from our shared account, believing I wouldn't notice. I noticed everything, and I let her do it, because while she was busy draining what she thought was my only source of income, I was funneling my assets into a completely separate, untouchable offshore account. The second thing I did, I opened a small savings account in her name, the kind that automatically triggers IRS notifications when money moves into it. And the final step, I ensured that every last cent in our joint account was flagged for fraud. So when she sent that smug midnight message, believing she had left me penniless, what she had actually done was commit financial fraud against herself. Because the best revenge isn't just winning. It's letting them think they did. I can already picture it. Lauren lounging in some luxury penthouse, sipping champagne with her soulmate Jordan, the 21-year-old fitness bro who probably calls everyone bro, believing she's finally free, finally victorious. What she doesn't realize is that none of it belongs to her. That penthouse? She didn't buy it. I put it in her name and made sure none of the lease payments processed. At exactly midnight, the security system will register her as a trespasser. By 3 a.m., the power, water, and Wi-Fi will be shut off. She thinks she drained my accounts. She actually drained her own. Every dollar she transferred, not mine, a fake account in her name, which means that when she wakes up to the sound of pounding at the penthouse door, it won't be me begging for her back. It'll be federal agents, AT precisely 3:01 a.m. She'll receive one last message from me, a single word, checkmate. As Lauren is dragged out of the penthouse, thrashing and cursing, I glance at Jordan and let out a theatrical gasp. mimicking a reality TV contestant who just found out they've been eliminated. Jordan, all brawn and no brains, is frozen in place, arms restrained behind him, sweat beating down his forehead like a deer caught in headlights. Unlike Lauren, he isn't resisting. He's simply paralyzed. "Bro," he whispers, staring at me with a mix of confusion and fear. I take a slow sip of my coffee, watching as his world crumbles around him. His voice is weak, almost pleading. What's happening?" He looks down, shaking his head as if trying to process the chaos unfolding around him. His lips part, but no words escape, just the empty silence of realization. Then, with a nervous glance toward the lead agent, he takes a hesitant step forward. Wait, hold on," he stammers, shooting me a desperate look. "I didn't do anything. I swear, I had no clue she was stealing." The agent, an unamused woman with a clipboard and the expression of someone who's seen too much, interjects coldly. "You've been living off stolen credit cards and withdrawing money from an account currently under federal investigation." Jordan blinks, waiting for her words to make sense. Then, after a long beat, he mutters, "That's bad." I can't help but chuckle. Even the agent exhales sharply, rubbing her temples as if she, too, is suffering secondhand embarrassment. Jordan turns to me, his face contorting in disbelief. "Lauren actually left me for this," he murmurs, like he's just now realizing how deep he's in. "Bro, I didn't sign up for this, man. This is a mistake, right?" His voice shakes with desperation. He laughs nervously, his eyes darting around as if waiting for someone to swoop in and save him. "This guy is a lost cause. I just met her at the gym, bro," he blurts, as if that somehow clears his name. I suppress a smirk as he swallows hard. "She told me she was looking for an escape plan, that she'd take care of me, but I didn't know." He stammers, shaking his head. "She told me you were broke, a loser, that you'd be the one taking the fall." I snort. "And you believed her?" He nods slowly, defeated. I cross my arms, shaking my head. "Kid, you should have spent some of that gym time training your brain." Jordan takes a sharp breath, panic overtaking his features. Then, without warning, his knees buckle. He crumbles to the ground in a full breakdown, sobbing uncontrollably. "Oh my God!" he gasps, trembling. Handcuffed and helpless, he shudders violently, the weight of his situation finally crashing down on him. The agent exhales sharply, visibly unimpressed. Jordan lets out a pitiful whimper. "Dude, I just wanted to work out." The sheer absurdity of it almost makes me feel bad. Almost. Tears streak down his face, his so-called macho bravado dissolving into pitiful desperation. "I don't want to go to jail, man." His voice cracks. "She was hot, okay?" I blink at him, unimpressed. Jordan hiccups, eyes swollen and red. "But now that I think about it, she was obsessed with her ex, always talking about him, totally unhinged." I let out a low whistle. "That's rough, buddy." Jordan sniffles, looking up at me like a lost child. "Man, I didn't even like traveling, but she kept talking about Dubai, about chartering a yacht. I had no clue how we'd even afford any of that." He hiccups again, and I raise an eyebrow. "Some people never see the checkmate until it's too late, and you never questioned it." Jordan sighs. "I didn't think she was a con artist or anything. I just figured she was independent and successful." The agent chuckles, this time genuinely amused. She taps her clipboard impatiently. "Mr. Walker," she says, her tone firm. Jordan shakes his head. "Are you suggesting I knew about the shady financial stuff?" "No way. I barely even checked my own bank balance. She just handed me a card and said, 'Here, babe, use this.'" He sniffles. "I thought I was the man." The agent lifts an eyebrow. "And you never once wondered where the money came from?" She exchanges a glance with another officer. "Take him in for questioning. Let's see if he's any more useful than the other one." Jordan panics. Wait. Can I get a..." The agent gives him a withering look. Of course, she says. You can have a lawyer. Jordan exhales in relief until she flips through her papers. But just so you know, Lauren is already cooperating. His entire face drains of color. Wait, what? The agent smirks. She turned on you immediately. Fastest betrayal I've seen in a while. For a split second, I swear I can see his soul leave his body. The woman he sacrificed everything for, the one who lured him into this mess with promises of luxury, has abandoned him without hesitation. His entire illusion crumbles in real time. Something inside him shifts. He squares his shoulders, wipes his tears roughly with his sleeve, and in a voice still raw with shock mutters, "All right, you know what? I want to talk." The agent's lips curl into a knowing smile. "Of course you do." I shake my head, barely suppressing a laugh. Jordan and Lauren, the perfect pair. Two fools who thought they were outplaying everyone, only to betray each other at the finish line. I sip the last of their expensive coffee and watch as Jordan is escorted out, still muttering, "Damn, bro, he should have stayed single." For the first time in months, I feel something remarkable: peace. True, undisturbed peace. Because vengeance isn't just about justice. It's about witnessing the downfall in real time, savoring every second. Lauren is screaming in handcuffs. Jordan is devastated, realizing his sugar mommy sold him out the moment she had to choose between freedom and loyalty. And me? I'm standing in a penthouse that was never mine, enjoying their last bit of overpriced coffee. The lead investigator approaches me. "You orchestrated this." She's the same no-nonsense woman who read Lauren her rights. I shrug. I just gave them the rope. They did the rest. She smirks. One of the most spectacular self-destructions I've ever seen. I chuckle, setting down my coffee cup. I like efficiency. She nods. You walk away from this debt-free, untouched, and with the satisfaction of knowing you played them both better than they ever could have imagined. As the agents wrap up, I take a slow breath, letting the weight of those words settle over me. It's been a long time since I felt this free. Walking out of the penthouse for the last time, I glance over my shoulder at the wreckage of Lauren's empire. She lost everything. And me? I smirk, step into the crisp night air, and breathe in the undeniable scent of freedom. Checkmate.